I don't know, man. If you were like me, then you were really into Flash animation back in the early 2000s. I'm talking about sites like Newgrounds, Albino Black Sheep, and Mike is God. One of the most iconic Flash videos was Xiao Xiao 3, an extremely influential stick figure kung fu flick. From there on, stickmen became a vital part of pop culture in that time, with violent and juvenile, but shamefully enjoyable sites like stickdeath.com. One Finger Death Punch harkens back to the heyday of the Kung Fu Stickmen, with sharp, over-the-top action and crazed, snappy sound effects. One Finger Death Punch is a two-button game that utilizes the left and right mouse buttons to attack incoming baddies from either side. Some baddies take 2 hits, some baddies require multiple correct inputs, some baddies will dodge to the other side. It's all pretty simple in execution, or so you would think. What sets One Finger Death Punch apart in my view is that I feel as though the learning curve is in place to punish people who are overconfident with its simplicity. It's easy to look at what's going on and think, well, I just pressed left and right as the baddies come, right? And I believe the game wants you to think that and try and fall into a rhythm of comfort. See, what makes the game punishing is that attacking left or right moves your character left or right, which can throw off your attack timing. Also, you will randomly get power moves and zoom in effects to alter your timing and even attack range. The game plays into these random changes by having each level introduce the enemies in the same order, but because of the random change effects, the battles never play out the same. This gives the game much more depth than it looks on the outside. It makes doing perfect runs much more challenging. But honestly, throw all that out the window. The game is just fun. I know I should probably be saying kinesthetically pleasing, but whatever! The game is all about making the most enjoyment out of its simplistic gameplay. All the different power moves, weapons, zoom-ins, sound effects, and etc. make the game extremely rewarding to play. It's much like how playing a first-person shooter that has beautiful gun animations and sound effects adds levels to the experience. One Finger Death Punch isn't just whacking a bunch of random stickmen baddies, it's all about doing it in the most badass way possible. You'll feel the rush of nailing a perfect level after multiple Ball of Death combos, zoom-in effects, and throwing weapons back at their enemies. It's borderline intoxicating. The game is aware that setup is rather basic, so it includes levels that have different gimmicks to them. Some levels, like the Light Sword and Defender rounds, are more artistic changes, where rounds like Smash, Multi-Round, and Thunderstorm change up the gameplay a bit. Sadly, even with the gimmick levels, I felt that One Finger Death Punch did eventually run into the old style over substance issue. Towards the end of the story mode of sorts, it got rather obvious that there was only so much you could do to change the way the game plays, and after beating it on the standard difficulty, I had no interest going back in through harder difficulties. All in all, the game is quite amazing. It has a simplistic yet wholly effective gameplay with all the bells and whistles that truly craft the experience. Just be warned that you might be like me and grow a little tired of it after a while.